Sellers are flooding the home market while buyers sit on their hands in these U.S. cities, creating a historic imbalance. After years of sellers calling the shots, some of the hottest pandemic-era housing markets are now grappling with a surplus of listings and not enough willing buyers. According to real estate brokerage Redfin, April saw nearly 500,000 more homes listed than buyers in the market, the largest gap since at least 2013. But this supply surge hasn't translated into a wave of closings. Instead, home sales have stalled in many areas, particularly across the Southeast and Southwest, where inventory has ballooned past pre-pandemic norms. The U.S. housing market is experiencing a historic imbalance, with nearly 500,000 more sellers than buyers in April, the largest gap since at least 2013, according to Redfin. In Miami, for example, there were almost 3 times as many sellers as buyers in April, Redfin data show. Jeff Lichtenstein, president of Echo Fine Properties in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida, told the Wall Street Journal sellers are increasingly slashing asking prices to entice cautious buyers. There will be more price reductions that are going on and more willingness to sell at a lower number, especially in the next couple months, he said. We've definitely seen people who have taken losses. While the inventory of homes for sale is finally rising, many buyers remain on the sidelines due to high prices, elevated mortgage rates, and economic uncertainty. These conditions mark a sharp reversal for the Sunbelt, which saw home values soar and bidding wars erupt during the COVID years. Now, many of those same metros, Atlanta, Austin, Phoenix, and Tampa among them, are seeing listings linger as affordability challenges, higher mortgage rates, and buyer wariness take hold. Nationally, home prices are still rising, but that growth is cooling. U.S. prices climbed 1.4% in May from a year earlier, according to Intercontinental Exchange, down from 2% annual growth in April. 24 of the 100 largest metro areas posted year-over-year price declines in May, with the bulk of those concentrated in the Sunbelt. Home prices have surged over 50% in 5 years, and rates above 6.5% continue to dampen demand. John, stock.adobe.com. There's not even usually a home for sale in our neighborhood, and I think there's 3 or 4 right now. Dirk Lovelace, who listed his Tryon, North Carolina, house in April, told the Journal. After relocating to South Carolina, he cut the asking price, but still hasn't received an offer. The current sentiment is, the market's probably going to go down further, so people are just waiting, he said. Buyers appear to be in no rush. Home prices have surged more than 50% nationwide over the past 5 years, and mortgage rates remain elevated above 6.5%. Though active listings in May reached their highest point since 2019, they're still about 14% below typical pre-pandemic levels, according to Realtor.com. Still, the gap between buyers and sellers is widening, in part because many homeowners are listing out of necessity rather than opportunity. Sellers, facing life changes or rising costs, are listing properties and increasingly cutting prices or offering concessions to attract hesitant buyers. Some are relocating for jobs, while others are exiting investment properties as costs rise or in anticipation of a price dip. It doesn't feel like buyer demand is going to come back that much, Chen Zhao, Redfin's head of economic research, added. Prices are just too high. In markets like Denver, longtime agent El Papas told the Journal the tone of conversations with buyers has shifted dramatically from the frenetic pace of recent years. The immediate conversation, even upon the first appointment I have with them, is, how much of a discount do you think I can get? How many concessions can I get? Despite the increase in supply, now at its highest since 2019, existing home sales in April hit their slowest pace for that month since 2009. Carly and Garrett Kapelski, who had previously paused their home search due to competition in the Kansas City suburbs, said they've noticed a shift this spring. We feel a lot less stress this time, Garrett Kapelski said. If we wait another 30-60 days, maybe you'll see these people that thought they would be able to sell their houses quickly and maybe already bought another home start being willing to wiggle a little bit. Much of the current slowdown can be traced to the uneven recovery in housing supply following the 2006 to 2009 crash, coupled with the lock-in effect of low pandemic-era mortgage rates. Buyers now hold more negotiating power, especially in Sunbelt markets like Miami, where listings far outnumber house hunters. In contrast, parts of the Northeast and Midwest remain competitive, but that trend may be easing. New home construction has picked up since the pandemic, and more homeowners are beginning to list, some simply because they can't wait any longer, whether that is due to job transfers, having children, or otherwise, PAP has explained.